Hello, blunt truth. I'm finally ready to review my Benchmade Mini-dejavoo. No idea why they call it mini. They should call the other one the XL Dejavoo or something, because this is a normal size knife with a 3-inch cutting edge, and to me that's normal, and the other one's extra large. This isn't mini, but whatever. What's in the name, right? To start with, my first impression of this, seeing it on websites and in reviews, is that, you know, a year and a half ago, is that I thought it was kind of ugly, to tell you the truth. You know, the way these flare out at the top, and the way this curves down here at the butt, and the shape of the lumb blade, how it leaf shape with the bowed up spine. It just, you know, it took me a long time to warm up to it. And what made me decide to buy one is I started to realize that it has all of the features that I really like in a knife. It has S30V blade, excellent steel, 3mm thick, nice thick strong piece of S30V. Has a flat grind, almost full, but because of the swedge out here, it basically is full because it comes up to this swedge. But you can see where there's no swedge, it's not quite a full flat, but you know, more or less it's a full flat. It's got a spidey hole. Even though it's a Benchmade, you can't argue that that's not a spidey hole. And this is the knife that started all the controversy for Benchmade and the lawsuits. But it's got G10 scales, which I really like. It's got open construction, kind of semi-open because they put a big spacer, but you can wash out all the gunk that gets in there real easy. It's pretty light, 3.5 ounces. It's got a nice lowrider pocket clip that goes all the way down in your pocket, snug. And this pocket clip, by the way, is excellent. It's the best pocket clip I've ever used. Works really good. Goes right on your pocket easy. It finds your pocket easy with one hand. Goes right on. Stays on. Comes off real easy. Everything. Excellent pocket clip. Top notch. And you know, it's got a lot of the things that I like. The smooth Benchmade action with the bronze phosphorus bushings. You know, nice and loose and smooth, but yet, because it's got the Benchmade machining tolerances, it's tight as hell. Doesn't budge. You know, it's Benchmade all the way. And so I tried it. I bought one, and I am really glad I did, because this is really one sweet knife. And I warm up to the design now, and now I think it's beautiful. Just like a lot of Benchmades, you start out thinking they're kind of ugly, then you realize the function of the form makes the form beautiful to you after you use it for a while, if that makes any sense. And this thing, every square millimeter of this thing is about function. It is perfectly functioning. In my opinion, this is just about perfect. I'd be hard pressed to say anything negative about it. I do have maybe 1 or 2 knocks. So let's get to the negative, alright? Just like Something Special says in his review, the negative thing when you buy it, and it's a big negative thing, is the lock. The titanium. Oh yeah, they lie to you on the websites. This isn't titanium liners. It's a titanium liner and a stainless steel liner. Stainless steel does not look anything like titanium. I have lots of titanium things, and it's never a shiny silver color. It's always got a little bit of a golden sort of tinge to it. Different shades, but they don't look anything alike. This is stainless, that's titanium. Doesn't really matter to me if it's titanium or stainless. That isn't a selling point for me. But it is weak. When you buy it, it's very weak. It can slip out, and it did slip out on me. I was cutting through, after I had it a couple weeks, I was cutting around a corner to cut a U-shape out of the top of a cardboard box. And when I came to the bottom, like this, I turned, and my finger disengaged the lock, and it went like this. I can't even do it now because I have fixed it, but I disengaged it, and ended up going like this a little bit. I was like, oh shit, and I never had that happen. I've heard of it happening, people disengaging liner locks, but I hadn't. But this was so easy to do, it happened to me for the first time with this knife. and the blade wouldn't stay in good. You'd unlock it and flick it in like this, and it would bounce out. It would bounce back up. Mine won't do that now. It'll stay in when you knock it in. And blade retention was bad when you buy it. Mine don't. My blade retention is awesome. The blade stays in the handle. I fixed it. And you can still do the old Spidey drop with it, even though it's a Benchmade, because it has a Spidey hole. You can do that. It's smooth. I did not fix it by tightening the pivot screw. That's not what I did. My lock engages fully and solidly onto the tang, and it has very high tension. It's very strong. I can't really demonstrate that on camera, but actually you can hear it. Listen. Hear it? I mean, I'm locking right in tight to that tang. So tight that it wedges into the metal because it's so strong. And I fixed it in about 30 seconds with no tools. It took a lot of thinking about it to figure out how, but I'm going to show you at the end of this how to fix yours so that it stays in. You have no blade retention problems. It's still smooth with a slight flick, comes right out. Or you can do the Spidey drop, or the you know, flick it like this. However way you want, it still comes out fine. It works perfect now. Anyways, what I found was the shape of this handle is perfect for my hand. My fingers go right into this space made perfectly. Perfectly. And when I'm using it hard, the pocket clip does sort of poke the hand a little bit, but it's not problematic. It's better than most. You know, it's pretty comfortable. And this shape here is good because when you're pulling, your hand doesn't slide this way. And because these curve up like this, they give your thumb, even though there's no jimping, I really don't think it's necessary on this. I mean, it's not a defense knife. You shouldn't be stabbing. You can pierce cut with it just fine. Pierce cutting, great, and poking into a package or something. Just like this. You're not going to go up on that blade putting a finger here and a thumb here. It's great. It feels really solid. I don't feel like I'm going up there easy at all between these two spots, pinching. And you know, it's great. It gives you a really, really nice grip right there. Really nice, rounded, kind of rounded G10. So it works great. And the bushings are great. They work great. The bronze phosphorus bushings. They got kind of an extra. I took it apart to try to fix the lock, but you can't just bend this titanium lock to add tension. That's not how I fixed it. But I took it apart to try to fix it, and I realized this bushing under here is exactly the same as the two on the sides of the blade, so you kind of have a spare. So even that's functional. And this little point on this pivot screw works with this cutout in the clip to give you a place to grab to pull it out of your pocket. You grab the point and the cutout and it just comes right out. I mean, everything's about function with this thing. It's an awesome knife. It really is. I love this thing. And it's my, I just replaced it with something else, which I'm going to review soon, which is much more expensive. This is about $90. Its replacement is about $150. But I'm running out of time, so let me tell you how I fixed it, okay? Real quick and easy. All you need, no tools, you need a piece of paper. That's what you need. Okay? Take your paper, fold it. Fold it again about 1/3 of the way into the fold. Fold that over so that you have a half 2 layers thick and half 4 layers thick. Okay? Take your piece of paper like this and the 2-layer thick end pointing toward the butt. You stick it in the little gap behind the liner lock and slide it down. I already got one in there, so I can't, but slide it all the way down until it wedges in. And then play with your lock and see if it works better the way you like. It stays in. All you did was put a wedge in behind the lock. It's that simple. But that's all it takes. It works. And then all you do is once it's in there and you decide that you've got the right fold and the right thickness of paper, just take another knife, pretend this is a knife, cut it off. Cut it right down in there tight and cut it off. You know, you can color it black before you put it in, like I did. And there you go. I mean, I have a strong liner now because there's a little wedge stuck in there and you can't even see that. Can't even see it at all. It's great. It works great now. It does. Everything about it works great. That was the only negative, is the blade retention and the lock being too weak. Not anymore. Now it's strong and the blade stays in great. Stays right in. Really good. Nice. Nice. Nice knife. Okay, watch part 2 to see it cut. And I did a separate macro video of this to show you because I wanted to talk too much right now. So watch the separate macro video of it and enjoy that, and then watch part 2 and watch the demo. Thank you. Bye.